Well, hey, friends, it is market season, a time to get outside, engage with your community, and support local makers, creative, farmers, and more. You don't have to go far to find one. And today we're talking about two coming to Grand Rapids this month with our friends from Merchants and Makers. We've got Shia Lyons. She is the market director. Holly Levine is from Boris Loved Natasha. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Man, Shia, it is go time, girl.
It is go time, you know, and we were just here, it felt like not that long ago, but it was an entire season ago.
I know. Well, we did do the Young Entrepreneurs.
We did do the Young Entrepreneurs, that's very
indoors, true. But this is the real deal.
This is the real
season.
kickoff.
We are talking Fulton Street.
Fulton Street. We love Fulton Street. Everybody loves Fulton Street. It's such a good vibe. It's happy, and everyone just loves going there. So we're super excited to get to be there too. We bring a little bit of a different spin than what Fulton Street does. We have our own kind of group of makers, artists, not as much of the fruits and vegetables. No. We don't have any of that. So we'll be there on Sunday. And so it'll be a good chance for everybody to shop locally as we get started in the spring season. We have live music. We have two different musicians. We have food trucks, of course. And then Lions and Rabbits is actually going to be hosting a bar. So we'll have the ability to buy alcohol if so desired, and all the money that is raised from that is going to go towards public art. So
I love that.
It's all a win-win.
It is. It's a party. I mean, it is a shopping experience, but it is a party and a chance to get out and meet people like Holly. So Holly, thanks for being here today. Tell us a little bit about what you do, and let's get into the name because I think that's such a cute name and such a talker.
Thank you. So it's Boris Loved Natasha. I was a big Rocky and Bullwinkle fan. Name popped in my head, and I was like, you know what? People can spell it, they can say it, they remember it, and it just kind of evolved from there. I make purses and pouches, all sorts of zipper pouches, every shape and size. I'm inspired by fabrics. I love fabric texture. I love mixing patterns, colors, you name it.
I love it. And you can tell you're inspired by fabrics because these are,
beautiful.
it's such a wide array. I mean, really, get something for the kids, something for the moms, anything, anything you need, right?
I try to thrift some of my fabrics. Some of them are new, and then I use some dead stock fabrics. And then I get some discontinued samples from some of the local companies.
Love that. Love that. And talk about what it's like, the experience of being at a market like this.
It's like a family. I mean, it really is. She does a great job. It's just really nice to see the familiar faces, whether it's the vendors or the customers. But the Merchants and Makers events are always fun. It's a good community.
It is a great community. And Child, talk about, you work so hard to curate these and to make them different and to bring different creatives to the table here. And talk about how important that is when people are going around shopping.
Yeah, it's really important that we bring new makers to them to see. We want to make sure that you're not coming to the same show every time so that you can truly come to every one of our markets and have a completely different experience. Of course, you're going to see some people that you may be familiar with, but there's always going to be new vendors at every single market. And so because we're making sure that we're curating it in a way that we don't have too many of one product. That also makes it so every other booth isn't jewelry and every other booth isn't a candle. So it's just, we try really hard to make sure to mix it up and have different creative items. And then also our vendors are so creative. They are creatives, they're artists, they're makers. And so even if someone, maybe you've seen purses by Holly, but you haven't seen this fabric yet because she just got that one and made it the night before the market. It could be those types of things as well. So you're always going to be seeing the evolution of the individual artists as well.
I love that. And every piece is unique, whatever it is, it is a one of a kind.
Yes.
Right?
Whenever I walk up to a vendor's booth and I really love something, I buy it because I don't know if it'll be there when I come back at the end of the market. So it's also really important to just grab it when you want to. And we always have kids at our markets. So we'll have a little kids section at both Fulton and at John Ball Zoo where you can shop with some young entrepreneurs to help encourage them as they start their little businesses.
And no shame to the little entrepreneurs because they have some great, big, fabulous ideas
They do. They have some really, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I love it. All right, well, let's get, what's the difference? Obviously, we have the zoo coming up as well.
Yes.
So let's talk dates and talk about, there's a little bit of a difference in these.
There is. So Fulton is on Sunday. Fulton has its own, we're in this
Yeah.
Like the line, you walk down, you've got the tables built in. The zoo is going to be in the parking lot right off of Fulton Street. So we're right in front of the zoo. So everyone's got their 10 by 10 tent. So it's a bit of a different setup. The food trucks are kind of intermixed at the zoo, and it's at the zoo. So it's a really fun, you can stop there on your way to or from actually visiting the zoo. And we have some makers who are donating like a portion of their proceeds to help with zoo conservation. So like, there's just lots of like that. The zoo also just, it's fully outside. It's a really unique, I mean, I've never been to a market in the zoo parking lot or, or anything. So it's like, it's a very unique, different opportunity to experience the zoo in a different way. It's also just super centrally located.
Absolutely.
So that helps too. So
And
that
a playground and,
they've got
you know.
great parking,
Yeah.
so free parking, it's free to get in. So it's, the zoo is just a great community event.
Wonderful. So if you can't make
Yeah.
this weekend, there's the one coming up at the zoo. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
Shiloh.
so
I'm
much.
excited. Yay. So it is $3 to get into the farmer's market.
Yes, the
To
Fulton.
the Fulton. It's free at John Ball Zoo, but it's coming up May 18th, this Sunday, excuse me, at Fulton Street. Saturday, May 31st for the zoo. But you want to learn about all of the different merchants and makers markets coming up this spring, this summer, merchantsandmakers.com.